You're watching Endridfps.
Hello everyone, I'm pleased to bring you an interview with the most famous and brilliant esports analyst of our time, Thorin. Now I'm going to cut to the chase here, and I'm going to ask you, Thorin, first of all, thank you for being with us. And now what I want to ask you is, how do you come up with your conclusions? And what makes you such an insightful and successful analyst for esports?
So what you do is you form your own small model, a little microcosm of the universe, and you have these little symbols within it, and the symbols will represent aspects of the universe, like physical things. Other symbols will represent forces that are at work, and the interaction between these forces and between these aspects and how they interconnect to each other and what they mean in reference directly to another thing, and then the qualities, that secondary qualities that come off that, which might refer to something else.
Okay, just forget that whole line of question. That was okay. I wanted to ask you something else for a long time. I made a prediction in one of my videos that solo mid and Fnatic would be the next big teams in the major. Going out on a limb here, if I had to pick two teams that were going to make it to the finals of the next major, I would have to say it's going to be Fnatic and solo mid. Now, Fnatic actually ended up winning the major. I wanted to get your opinion on that prediction of mine.
You haven't really done anything really worthy of credit at that point in time, actually. You just said the name of a team that would win a match, and that team did win a match. Now, there's no connection there between the two. You didn't make them win the match. We haven't seen any reason as to why they would win the match. We haven't seen anything about the game, aside from the fact that of the two teams playing, you said the name of the one that won.
Well, to be fair, I did have somewhat of a system. It was about GHR having great hair and also having one fat guy. So it wasn't just a random guess. There was actually a process that I had.
You don't get any points for correct outcome but wrong reasons. There's an important point to make.
But what points are you talking about? What context are you talking about certain points? I mean, who's keeping score? When it comes to journalism, which is the world that you're coming from, yes, you have to have a valid argument about what you're talking about because you want the nuance, you want to have many words, and you want to keep interest. But what about when it comes to betting, for example? It doesn't matter what your analysis is or what reasons you have for it. You get no points for having a good argument, but losing. Okay? And in the real world, when it comes to business, when it comes to making decisions, when it comes to playing the game, when it comes to winning, nobody cares about the story. It's not like school where you have to show your work. It doesn't matter what your work is in the real world. It matters when you have answers. I've been providing the answers with my theory. You might say it's crazy.
Yep, I'm just a fucking old moron who believes in psychic powers.
All right, first of all, I'm not that old, okay? I'm 35. Yes, it's kind of old, but whatever. Everybody gets old. I don't give a shit, all right? All right. Second of all, I never claimed to be psychic. And aren't you the one that was rambling about divination and all kinds of weird crap like that?
Actually, in general, the history of divination, when you go back in history and look at what's been going on, the psychological processes.
All right, disregard that whole subject. I don't really care about that. We got derailed a little bit. I want to know about you, Thorin, the esports analyst. A lot of people might not be aware of it, but there is some controversy about things that you said about the country of Poland and the people of Poland. I wonder, what are your thoughts on that?
A lot of those people aren't actually people.
Whoa there, okay. I don't think that's what you want to put out there, Thorin. Let's just skip the subject. I'm sorry about that. Let's go to something completely different. Just to lighten the mood, I was wondering if you could maybe make some kind of fun, obscene gesture for everybody. Awesome. That was perfect. Thank you, Thorin. I also wanted to ask you this question. I'm lactose intolerant, and I was thinking about eating this nacho cheese. What is your opinion on that?
Watch out, it might upset you.
So I've asked you a lot of questions regarding esports and your professional career, but what do you like to do outside of esports for fun?
For some weird reason, we're going to make a bet, me and my friend, on where there'll next be like a hurricane or an earthquake or some natural disaster, okay? Any natural disaster.
Okay, that's a little bit weird, but whatever floats your boat, I guess, huh? So I heard this rumor that you really love animals and that animals seem to really love you as well. Is that true?
I'm sure it must be true because you got it right there.
Close game then. You thought maybe Fnatic could come back. actually, that game was a little deceptive with the scoreline. Just think about this.
It's a very common tick for people to touch their face whenever they're talking or they get nervous or whatever. I noticed you have that particular tick yourself, and I wanted to ask you, it's been said that when you bring up people's personal tics, whatever they are, they tend to do them more often. Do you find this true for yourself? I guess that answers that question.
Got called it.